Peace, everyone. Peace, 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 peace. And today we're going to be talking about Mars square Saturn. Okay, Mars square Saturn. So I'm going to share screen with you guys, and let's talk about this energy and what is Mars square Saturn. Okay, let's go. I'm a little bit new to Zoom, not new, but it's taking me a while to kind of get situated with the system here. So excuse me, but I'll do my best. Okay, so do that. Share screen. Stop now. Fantastic. Okay. So let me tilt it that way. Don't know if it'll make a difference, but either way, let's go to the energy of this. So Mars square Saturn. Let's pull it up. So this is called Amphoros. Let me use this. Let me use some red. It's talking about Mars. I'm gonna be thin it out. Okay, so Mars. So this is an Amphoros. It's a tropical one, and it shows us. It just shows us where the planets are. These are all the planets right here. So these are the planets here. You've got the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the planet we're going to be talking about, Jupiter, Saturn, the planet we're going to be talking about, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and this is a mathematical point and mathematical. It's all these are mathematical points. This is an asteroid. Okay. So in here, it tells us this is the month of August. So we're dealing with August and we're dealing with 2020. Okay. So we're going to be looking at this transit of not the conjunction, sorry, my apologies, the squaring of the planet Mars in Aries, squaring Saturn in Capricorn. Okay, so let's go into this energy and kind of talk about it. So it starts off in August. So this is why I've got the Amphoros up in here. And if we look at it from August, like it's already from August 13th, it will start because you can see that Mars is at 22 and Saturn, let me make it more clear. You can see Mars is at 22 and Saturn is at 27. But if we want to be more exact, but that energy, you feel it because it's only in mathematical talking 3 degrees away. But let's go to maybe, I don't know, the 25th, where you see they're 1 degree away from each other. 25 degrees away, like 1 degree apart from each other, right? 25, 26, 1 degrees, clear enough. And as we go ahead, we go to, you know, from the 24th on a Monday of August, they will begin their conjunction eventide zone, as you can see here. And so let me pull up the chart over here for it. Yes, chart. Chart and okay. So we've got this chart over here. Let me custom the layout. And this is what we have over here going on. We're going to only be looking at, let me just explain what's going on here. Okay, so this is this round section here, this round section here that has dividers around it. This is the ecliptic path, the path of the sun, and the sun and all the planets, including the Earth, go around these. As you can see here, Jupiter, as you can see the moon, as you can see the sun, they rise all around, they go this way, right? Now, the signs are the stars, the constellations, And we're going to be focusing on 12 constellations. As you can see here, I don't know if I can make that smaller. No, I can't. Okay, sorry. But we're going to be looking at 12 constellations, and we're going to be looking at 2 out of those 12 constellations, and that's going to be Capricorn sitting at the top, and Aries, right? We're going to be looking at those 2 signs, and within those 2 signs, make it more clearer. Right, that. And then I'll change the color. Those are the signs we're going to be looking at in the red. And then the planets we're going to be looking at is Mars and Saturn. Okay, right there. Right. Now let's talk about this. So let me just lay a foundation. The planets, these ones in the blue, they are the energy that is operating. They are the what. You know, what is going on, the information that is going on. And the signs in the red show us how that information is taken in and how it's, you know, how it's kind of put forward and how it's kind of released and how it's taken in. Now, the aspect, which is this red square here, let me just another color. Aspect here, which represents a 90-degree angle. It represents a 90-degree angle. I hope you can see it in the yellow there. But it's this one here that's shown in the red by the system, focusing on that red line there. That's a relationship known as an aspect. And that aspect just shows the relationship of how is the information received by these 2 people. So let's say my best friend came and told me something compared to a stranger told me something. You know, I know my best friend, but compared to the stranger, I don't know. So the way I'm going to take that information on is going to be different. Just simple to how if Solomon was to tell you something about your health compared to how your doctor tells you about your health, you're going to interpret it differently because of the relationship that we have with each other. Just as simple as. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So let's go into it, and let's go into Aries, and we're looking at this, we don't want to highlight it that way. We're looking at the energy of Aries right now. And Aries. So Aries is a sign, and the sign of Aries is connected to these characteristics. It is a fire sign. The one in the yellow, it is a fire sign. It you know, I say, you know, it is a fire sign, and fire is associated with dryness. Fire is associated with being hot. And when something is dry, it separates. You know, when you cook food or you put heat to something onto oil, it separates it. You know, you kind of get that energy of separation. When your skin is dry, it, you know, dry skin falls off. You know, things that are dry, they separate. You know, your skin cracks or whatever. That's a separation, right? Fire is hot. When you touch fire, you know, fire can be very useful to as a cooking tool, but also can be very destructive because it can burn. Fire can be very sensitive to touch. Like you guys watch Nate the lyricist. I'll tag some of the things I'm saying here. He does he's learning the constellations, he's learning the astrology in his way, his divine way, and his divine way is combining poetry with it, but he himself speaks so much just about the signs so you can understand what it's all about. And one thing that I love that he said is, you know, fire, when you're looking at fire, when you touch it is very insensitive to touch. It's hot, like, you know, you can't be touching hot fire like that. You got to touch fire at a specific degree. You know, pure fire, it's dynamic, it's hot, it's very untamed. So that is Aries' energy. It's because fire, so that therefore Aries is known as a positive sign, because fire is an energy that gives out, it gives heat, just one thing that it gives. And so positive charge is something that gives. Now, looking at Aries, that's what Aries is all about. Aries is a cardinal sign, and it being a cardinal sign, it being a cardinal sign represents leadership, because cardinal represents leadership, represents a marking or a return of a season, you know. It represents a very assertive energy, very creative, got out, you know, creativity is all about being outgoing, a giving energy, ambition. And the 4 cardinal signs are Aries, as we're talking about it, Capricorn, Libra, and the next cardinal sign we are going to talk about is Capricorn, right? But we're still on Aries. Aries is naturally governed by the planet of Mars. Now, Mars is a fire planet in itself. So you have a fire planet. We're talking about a fire planet and a sign, a fiery sign, right? So we've talked about Aries. Now we're talking about Mars, the planet. Keeping in mind that the planet is the information, the what. The sign is showing us how that information is going to be released. The sign is different to the planet. I'm just making this very, 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 like, you know, like affirmative, is that the word? But moving forward, anyway, Mars represents, these are some aspects Mars represents: war, sex, energy, injury, accidents, combative energy, combative action, action within itself, fire, weapons, leadership. It represents the blood, you know, because blood takes a lot of action. It takes, it carries oxygen around the body, and you need to be assertive to do that. You need to be, you know. So those are some of the energies, just to give you a flavor of Mars. Now, Mars is in Aries right now, as you will see here. This is Mars. And Mars is a planet, Aries is a sign. So Mars is the information, it's the how. Aries is Mars is the energy of what is operating, the information that is operating. And Aries is telling us how that information is going to operate. So when you have Mars in Aries, Mars is at home, you know, it's going to operate in its natural way. It's going to be assertive. It's going to want to take energy, want to get things done, do things quickly, not waste time, cut to chase. You know, it's time to let go of that shit that didn't serve you and get on with it. You know, it's about that separate, quick energy. You know, it's time to heal this aspect, cut that out, put this together, build this up. That type of energy. Now, when these 2 energies in the yellow and these 2 energies, let me do it better. Okay. So when these 2 energies in the red here link up with the energies in the green, Capricorn, and let's talk about Capricorn. So Capricorn is, what is it? It's a earth sign. It is, when we talk about earth, we're talking about something that is cold and dry. You can literally, you know, when you touch a rock or by a rock, or you touch the soil, it is cold and it is of a dry energy. Earth is of a negative charge, meaning that Earth pulls in energy. It's a magnetic energy, as in fire is a electric energy. So it pulls in, it receives energy, receives. When I mean it really receives, guys, I'm not kidding you. Like the sun's waves, the sun's like heat that like splashes off the sun comes to hit the Earth's magnetic strip, and the Earth magnetic strip soaks it up in to the Earth. Are you understanding? In. So the sun, which is the fire, gives the Earth in. Like, it's super dope. Like, if I can get an illustration to put at the end of the video for you guys, I would definitely give that. But it's so fantastic how literally the sun's waves, and we can even just see it with the sunlight. We feel the sunlight it gives to us as we receive. So earthly energy, Capricorn is earth energy, so they're negative charge. pulls down, draws in energy. It is slow to act. It is heavy, and so this, therefore, Capricorn is known as an energy of patience, because obviously it's slow to react, because it's Earth, ambition, discipline, order, justice, responsibility. These those are the energy of Capricorn. Sorry, energy of Capricorn. Now we're going to talk about Saturn sitting right there, which Capricorn is governed by the planet Saturn. Now, this is really interesting because Mars is home in Aries and Saturn is home in Capricorn, right? And what does Saturn represent? Some energies of Saturn is time, discipline, obligations, limitations, gravity, death, delays, older people, hardness, seriousness. So, home, restrictions. So this can look like things of like government, politics, organizations, groups of people. Those type of energies is what Saturn represents. Now, both these signs, Saturn is a cardinal sign. So everything I said about cardinal in terms of it being an assertive type of energy, it is an energy that's all about get it started leadership, get it started, very action orientated type of energy. This energy, these two are both cardinals, meaning they square each other. So squaring is an aspect, it's the relationship between them. And the aspect is this one here, represented in the blue. And I'm going to do the red. So let me do it. Make it make sense, Salome. Sorry, guys. I just want to, be good at this. Back. So they're squaring, right? Which in astrology is drawn like that. They're squaring. And a square aspect represents, it's a 90-degree angle, and it represents obstacles and aura between the two that, that is released lock energy. And when you release a lock energy, it's like punching something. It's very, dynamic. You just, so it's a dynamic force of change. Squares represents lessons that we face and learn from. It represents, obstacles, frustration. So what does that all mean? It means that this planet here, Mars, and this planet here, Saturn, are in their own houses, yeah? They're in their own turfs. So they want things done their own way, right? They want things done their own way. That's why there's this frustration. And they obviously have got certain things that this one is dry, it's dry because it's hot. And then the earth is also dry, but it's cold. So they can connect there with the dryness, but it's overly dry now because they're not in a good connection because they're in a square. It's a lot of tension, and then one is hot and one is dry. And so who's gonna win in this? Who's winning this UFC of the planets? Well, Saturn sits at the top. Saturn is the make it make sense. Saturn sits at the top. So Saturn sitting at the top, and it's also in astrology known as the higher malefic compared to Mars being the lesser malefic. Also, Saturn is a bigger planet than Mars. Full stop. It's a gas giant. So we just leave it there. So Saturn is going to win in this fight. And when Saturn wins this fight, this indicates a period of frustration, obviously aggravation, also with governments, with association, with organizations, with work. Things that would like to do very quickly would take a lot of time. Why? Because Saturn's winning the fight, and Saturn represents delays in time. So take a lot of care and cautions, just to avoid accidents and injuries. Double check everything. Don't try to hold anything in. Breathe it through. I'm not saying it's not going to be easy. I'm just saying breathe it through. Use the natural fuel of the body, which is the breath. Like bring in and push out. or that doesn't serve you. Literally get to know what patience is. Feel patience. And patience is not something that's easy, you know. And right now, that's what's going to be really needed. Take foods that help you with the skin, you know, moisturize your skin, drink loads of water, eat the dark greeny food that bring healthy well-being to the skin, to your circulations, to your bones. Get that calcium in, because Saturn represents bones. And having these energies together like this, you can have skin inflammations, dry hair, dry skin, rashes, you know, just soreness on the head, and issues of that matter. So you want to take extra precautions, taking extra care of yourself. If you're doing these cleanses, make sure you take time with yourself. Whatever diet you've got, make sure you take time with yourself. Whatever work is there in front of you, make sure you take time with yourself. Maybe you're doing something with the business partnership, and your business partner is overly busy and you're overly busy, but you guys need to get this project on the roll and the communication is just not there. How, you know, patience, you can't rush everything. So basically, it's, just to summarize this energy, what can we do right now? Like, what is it saying? What is the above and below energy of this? So this is time for us to really, because obviously Saturn is winning this energy. It's really pressing down on Mars. You know, Mars is asking to push for change, and Saturn is asking for long-term change, not short-term change. So it's not about the short-term change, guys. It's about the long-term change. So let me, it's a long-term change. It's, you know, this is going to be for the rest of the year, but it's going to be really concentrated between August and October. And then when Mars goes direct in November, things, you know, that change that you wanted to see will come through. Not saying immediately, but it starts to come through from that, because it doesn't have Mars won't have the tension of Saturn with it, that aspect of Saturn of a square. So right now it's about planning out the changes you want to see, not this year, next year, the year next year, long-term change. This is a marathon, not a sprint type of energy, as what I wanted to say. So so Saturn, Mars, energy, that's what it all represents. And I hope that makes sense for you guys. I hope that you understand what that means. I hope, you know, I'm just looking at my calendar and it's just looking at it. Mars starts its retrograde September 9th in a fire sign of Aries. So when Mars is retrograde, it does this every 2 years. There is a slowing down of energy. All that frustration, that layer of Saturn, Mars squaring Saturn, is also going to get a little bit more salty, you know, too much salt, little salt. So you're going to have to really redo, rethink. Things might not just go your way the first time, and that's okay. What can you learn from that moment? This is a heavy energy, a hard energy. And so be careful, just be careful, just be careful. Take on meditation, take on meditation, take on breathing techniques, take on walking, take on writing, because this energy wants to do, it's a very cardinal energy, very cardinal, very separate energy, because it's very dry. So make sure you're active, because when you're not active with this energy, you're going to feel really frustrated. And the classic is the same. The boredom is boredom is the energy of, like, though I'm not religious, I like the how they say it, and boredom doesn't birth anything positive. So try to not sit, like, try to do something with this energy. If you've got nothing to do, take a walk or engage in breathing techniques. What do I mean by that? Yes, you're breathing right now, of course, you're breathing, but I mean conscious breathing, because when you are breathing normally, like, yes, like you're not thinking about breathing, the unconscious breath, that comes with habits that you have inhabited from early times. And so if you're just allowing that conscious breath to rule you, you're also allowing those unconscious habits to rule you. Some of them serve you still, some of them don't. Like, great, you know how to walk, that still serves you, but maybe you holding on to a fear that's the obstacle that's stopping you from moving on to your ambition, you need to let that go. Somehow work through the 12 program step, grieve it, whatever needs to be done, and let that go, if that makes sense. So I don't know, I was saying I'm not praying up and a little turn around. But yeah, anyway, so with this energy of Mars retrograde, you just kind of want to like use this energy, use it to ever deal with your fears in a productive manner. Why? Because it is getting that square with Saturn, and Saturn is all about productivity. It's all about being structured. It's about discipline. It's about patience. It's not about fast. It's about one stone at a time, one brick at a time. That's how the one brick at a time. You just put one brick. Tomorrow you come and put another one and another one. And soon enough, you will have this fantastic foundation. With that said, in general, I do, and the many other astrologers have said, it is going to be a heavy time, mundane, I mean, for all of us. Things with the government will definitely come up because that's an energy, type of energy. Things with law is going to come up. Things with organizations are going to come up because it's Capricorn energy and it will be frustrating. We might want to riot. We might want to be cancel people. We might argue. We want to cry. Just type of energy. And you know what? There's a time and space for that. I do yoga online, guys, and I do have poses that allow you to really let out that type of energy, so do tune in. But anyway, I hope you found this Zoom. It's my first time doing something like this, so I hope this was really good for you guys. And I will speak to you very soon. Peace. Thank you.